Hello, life-changing friends. So this is about E squared by Pam Grout. And I've been going through the 9 exercises, which she calls experiments that prove your thoughts create your reality. And this is the results for the 5th one. So just to remind you, the fifth one was for me to ask the field a question and demand a clear answer, a clear yes/no answer by the end of 48 hours later. And my question was something like, which is more helpful? Which should I listen to? Whatever. My intuition or my rational mind? Right. Did I get an answer? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So what happened was, when I woke up the next morning, I had an answer, which was vine wire. Okay. So what's a vine wire? I think, to me, what that means is that when you grow grapes, you put a wire for them to grow along, the plant to grow along, so that it gets the maximum amount of sunlight, is supported, and is easy to pick the grapes off afterwards when it's growing them. And so vine wire, in answer to that question, to me, I was thinking, well, so the vine is like the growth of the vine is organic. It's a natural thing, which I equate with intuition or, life. And naturally, a vine will grow up the nearest bush or tree. And it really does need some kind of support in order to grow anywhere but along the ground, And so the wire is like, it's not natural. It is natural, but it's not. It's man-made. It's man-made. And it's very direct, And its purpose, as I said, is to encourage the vine to be as productive as possible and useful for the other people, for the pickers. So to me, I was thinking that means that both are necessary. That both are necessary. But that without the organic part, which I equate with the intuitive thing, without the organic part, there would be no need for the wire, So the wire is not fundamental; it just helps, right? So I was thinking along these lines, and then I was kind of doubting myself and thinking, well, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's somehow the other way around, and I've got it wrong, and I'm misinterpreting this thing, the story I'm telling. What is the story I'm telling? And a voice, like a really clear voice from like behind my right ear, which of course it's not a hallucination, right? I used to be a psychiatrist. It's not a hallucination. I knew it wasn't actually there, but that was how I experienced it. Said Kaiser Soze. Okay, and at this point, I'm just going to say, if you haven't seen the film The Usual Suspects and you don't want me to ruin the final amazing, extraordinary twist, then you should switch off now. But so, Kaiser Soze is the name, as you may know, of the protagonist of the film The Usual Suspects, who is being interrogated in a police station, and behind the policeman is a big notice board with lots of things on, lots of notices on, words and pictures, and Kaiser Soze tells the policeman that's his name, tells him a great long complicated story and we see all the visuals, we see the story happening as if the cameraman had been there, and so we go through the whole long story, and at the end of the film, the policeman says, well, you're free to go now. And so the guy gets up and leaves, limping down the corridor. And then we watch him walk down the road, and as he walks down the road, his limp disappears. And we go back to that. There is a reason for this story. We go back to that notice board, and we see on the notice board there's a notice about some business called Soze, and there's the Kaiser Chiefs or whatever it is, and then there's lots and lots of other things on there, which are basically he has created an entirely fictional character and life story from what he has seen on that notice board. Okay, so what is the meaning? Why would my mind clear as day, say to me at that particular point in time, Kaiser Soze? And I kind of knew right away, right? So what I knew right away is that, like Kaiser Soze, any story I tell about myself is a confection of things that people said to me, things I've seen, stories I've been told, ways people have looked at me, just made up stuff. It's all, it's made up. It's made up. So it's made up, right? Who I believe I am, whether I believe I'm a good or bad person, what I think I'm good at, what I think I'm bad at, even how I explain to myself the difference between intuitive thinking and rational thinking. This is made up. So So here I am saying, yes, I definitely got an answer. And that my answer was, on one level, it's not either or, you actually need both. Right? And on the other level, this is a non-question. This is a non-question. It's not that being certain of the right way to go is the important bit, right? It's not about getting it right up here. What it's about is taking the story away and letting the vine grow itself. So I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. I don't know if this is the intention of this experiment. I just know that it feels really right to me right now that this is the answer to my question, that it was the wrong question. And those are the reasons why. Okay. I would love to hear what you think about this. You know, I think we're all works in progress, as it, in that sense that, you know, none of us really know what's going on here. So I you know, please comment, and I will do my best to respond to everyone. Okay. So just as I said before, that's the result. The conclusions come later, and now it's time to move on to the next experiment. Experiment number 6 is about influencing the world, the physical world, with your emotions and your thoughts. And the idea is that matter doesn't control us, we control it. And our misunderstanding about that is the problem. And the evidence. So first of all, there's a little method about doing this, pulling hard, and then telling the truth. My name is Christina. Telling a lie. My name is Johnny. It's meant to make your fingers weaker, which it isn't apparently doing. And I may be doing this wrong, but there you go. That was just an aside, not one of the actual experiments. Experiment number 6 is to grow 2 rows of beans on a warm windowsill, and I'm going to say exactly. Focus my attention on one of the rows. I will send these seeds positive vibes, and I expect them to grow faster than the other ones. So I don't have any beans, so I've used peas. It is spring. They may take a bit more than 7 days to sprout, but maybe the ones I send love to will sprout quicker than the others. Let's see. Bye. Happy reading.